Lucas Live. Super excited to be here. We are literally live from the Greatness Cafe with my man Cyrus Ausar. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good. I'm a little tired after today's work, but I feel good.
I love it. We are literally here live, the Greatness Cafe. We're going to talk about the story, how this came about. This was a long time in the making. You might have thought it just popped up. This is something he's been dreaming of, and the dream became a reality. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about his story, his life, his legacy. Massillon, Ohio. We're right here in the heart of where a lot of his, the making of Cyrus took place as far as how he became the man that he is. He spent a lot of time on the West Coast as well. If you guys saw the episode, season 1, he was one of the first guests I ever had. We talked a lot about his journey. I mean, the man has literally biked from California to Massillon or something crazy. But we're going to talk about all of his charitable things that he does, community things, so many great things. If you're watching this live or by replay, we welcome you guys in. If you just tuned in again here late or later and it's a replay, stay tuned for the whole episode. You don't want to miss this. We're live from the Greatness Cafe. It's a mental health cafe. We're going to talk mental health and much more with Cyrus Ausar. We'll stay right there. Check out these great commercials. Check out these great sponsors. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Lucas Live. Welcome back, everybody. A couple other special things we want to shout out. Shout out to my guy, Marquise Watkins at United Boxing Club. Shout out to him for being one of our great sponsors. I know he was here for the opening.
Yeah.
Him and his wife. Yeah. Massillon people as well. Great supporters here. Shout out to them. We also want to shout out to our executive producer, Amanda Jean Dukes. Her father's birthday is today.
Hey.
Happy 55th birthday,
Hey.
Edward Lindsay. Shout out to him. We hope you're having a great birthday. Great guy. We want to show you some love today. So happy birthday. We would sing the song, but we got to keep it going. Amanda will call you and sing to you later, I think. I'm pretty sure. So also make sure you guys, if you guys are interested in running ads at Lucas Live Media, email us at ads@lucaslivemedia.com. We can talk more about that. But we have to get into the show today. Cyrus, are we in something that you dreamed of?
Yes, the Greatness Cafe has been, man, it's been a journey.
Right.
That's really the best way to define something like this. The idea was formulated about 5 years ago.
Wow.
So it's a dream, but I seen it coming. I know one of the most powerful things in the universe is a made-up mind.
Right.
So I knew I was going to do it. It was just a matter of time of when it was going to get done, and if God allowed me to see the time to do it.
I love it. I love it. Your journey is, you were, now were you born in Massillon? You spent most of your youth in Massillon. Tell us that story again.
No, I'm from here. I grew up here my whole life, until 17, 18. Then that's when I embarked on my journey. But yeah, I'm from here. Washington High School, Lauren Andrews, Emerson, Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from here.
All the way up.
All the way knee high to tree high.
I love it. I love it. So, but you've also spent quite a bit of your years on the West Coast. So let's talk a little bit about that journey. Some of you guys may know his story. You may have heard it on a previous episode, or you may have seen it. He does tons of videos, tons of content. He's been doing it for years. A Wise Way, so many other things that I was following him before I really knew him. And I just saw the stuff he was putting out, positive content. I'm like, he's putting out positive content, and you were doing it at a high level before everybody had cameras and Zooms and everybody was getting fancy. You've been doing this thing. But tell us a little bit about what took you out on the West Coast.
What took me out to the West Coast? Well, that's a good story, but it was really a build and destroy thing. Like, I became conscientious of my destructive nature when I was in Atlanta. I was throwing shows, long story, trying to make it kind of short, but I was throwing shows, and although I had music that was positive, like what you would call J. Cole or somebody like that,
right,
I realized I was giving a platform for people to have negative messages.
Wow.
And before that, it was seeing family members sell drugs and whatnot while I'm giving out turkeys to their family for Thanksgiving. Wow. Just all those things where I became cognizant of the destructive nature that was happening around me, and I would ignore it because I was doing positive things.
Right.
But to understand something or to partake in something without even saying nothing, let's just say I don't sell drugs.
Right.
But I see it going on 24/7 from my father or brothers or whatever it is.
Right.
I'm a part of it.
Wow.
Regardless of if I want to accept it or not, because I'm not saying nothing and I'm not changing them from that path of doing it.
Right.
So that always plagued my mind because it was building and destroying at the same time. So once I became conscientious of it, I had to shift who I was as an individual. So I cut off everything that I could possibly consciously think of that was destructive. Everything. I gave up all my money,
does that
clothes.
Does that mean everyone? Or how did you navigate
everything.
that? Okay, talk to us about
Everything.
that.
What I mean by that is everything I acquired through conscious, destructive things I got rid of. So my finances I got rid of, the clothes, the jewelry. There's a lot of stuff that I got rid of because I realized why I gained it. Right. So I ended up taking off from Atlanta and leaving to go to LA with $88. I didn't know how I was going to make it there. I didn't know anything. But if you have any faith, you understand things will work itself out even when you don't know how. Right. Even though you like, what's that old saying? If you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. It's kind of like that. So I was like, you know what? I don't care. I'm leaving. I'm making up my mind. And that's how I end up getting to LA. And, try to keep it as short as possible.
It was a journey, though. And I know you've shared this with me before. And I love the fact that you let go of the things that were not positive in your life and the things that you gained from it, right? And a lot of people will be like, man, I'm not giving up my money. I'm not giving up my jewelry. I'm not giving up my shoes. I'm not giving up tangible things for things that are greater than the tangible things. And it sounds like you went through a process of you gave up a lot, but it was restored to you once you were in the right headspace, once you were in the right place. What was that journey like? Because I know you didn't just go to California and somebody opened up their house and everybody was like, come on in, let's take off. That was a rough road, right?
Yeah. I was homeless multiple times. It's a lot. So this is one thing I understand about life. Everything is about balance. Yeah. Right now you're trying to figure out how you're going to be married and have this job and have your show and have this and have that and eat right. Everything is going to be about balance. Yeah. So if you understand balance, you understand hardship comes based upon what you ask for. So if you're asking for great, hard to obtain things, you're going to have problems. That's usually hard to get away.
There's going to be some tests and trials to get where you
they're going to balance each other out.
Right.
Period. You can't ask for $1 million and not behave in $1 million ways.
Yes.
So
somebody write that down.
So if I'm asking God or I'm asking a higher power or whatever anybody believes, that I want to change my family dynamic. I want to have generational wealth in a non-destructive way. Right. I want to blah, 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 blah. Right. Then I understood it was going to be homeless. It was going to be times that I felt like quitting. It was going to be times where I even thought about, suicidal thoughts myself. Wow. It's times where you're thinking about like it's depression. Yeah. You know how demoralizing or motivating it can be when you homeless in Los Angeles in you parking lot. You don't know somebody about to shoot you. You don't know what's behind you. You don't know what's around you. And then the landscape is all mansions. So
you're looking up at the hills like cognitive dissonance.
It's like, so what's going on here? And it plays with your mind. Right. Because even when you're working on everything, you still got to realize you still going back to sleep at a parking lot. Right. As you see these mansions. Wow. So I knew anytime you have a journey, no matter whose journey you ever looked at in history, when you ask for great things, you're going to get great problems. So be prepared to overcome those great problems that come with it. So when I got those problems, I was okay with it.
I love that. I think we often overlook the tests and trials and tribulations that come. They're not coming to break you. They're not coming to beat you. In order to advance in school, we have to take tests. In order to advance in life, we have to take tests. And sometime on your way up, you're put on trial and you're being tried in some way. So we want to make sure that we are ready for that, right? And that we can face those things and not be broken by those things. A lot of people never get where you got because somewhere along the way, they quit. It gets a little hard and they're like, I'm out. I'm going back. I'm not staying out here in California. I'm going back to Mass, and I know people out there. Yeah. And they do that. Real quick, we want to remind you guys, make sure you guys are sharing this broadcast. If you're watching right now, hit that share button wherever you're watching from. Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you're watching at. We appreciate you guys. We're going to continue this story. So what do you think about that? So
I look
people
at
are turning back a lot.
I look at it, yeah, they definitely do. I mean, because sometimes you won't understand what you're asking for until you get there.
Right.
You know, we seen it with everything, relationships. You like, man, I really want this woman or male for some people.
Right.
Then you get in a relationship with them and like, man.
People start turning back.
Oh,
They be like,
my God.
Oh, it's real out
then
here.
it's that old saying, they say, no matter who you want, somebody don't want them.
Right.
You know?
Somebody like,
But no, I look at
that.
it like Mario. This is my analogy. You play Mario?
Yeah.
And you know how on the first level it teaches you how to run, how to jump on the toad,
how to shoot fire,
get the star. It pretty much do it all.
Yep.
And then level 2, then level 3, and level 4. It get harder and harder.
Yep.
And during that time, you know how many times you die. You know how many times you feel like quitting. You know how many times you get irritated. Before you know it, you facing Bowser if y'all follow Mario.
Yeah.
But imagine if you just got dropped. Imagine you just got dropped straight into Bowser. That would be
impossible.
Unheard of.
Right.
So this is the analogy that I use to say you have to go through the steps to fight quote unquote Bowser.
Absolutely.
You can't skip the process.
Yes.
And usually people that quit, I hate to say it like this, the process become challenging because they don't want to stay on the path of doing it the right way.
Right.
And then you become impatient on it taking too long.
That's so good. I love that analogy. It's funny because Mario is something that plays in my head too, same generation. And I think sometimes we miss the fact that we're learning along the way. And we forget sometimes we're so used to generations where you could save the game. Remember when you had to learn it and figure out how you're going to sit there for hours and get through level 8, 4, whatever it was that was the furthest level and was where you wanted to go, right?
Yeah.
So you had to remember those lessons because you might lose all your lives and be back to
square one.
Level 1, world 1, level 1, trying to find a warp zone, trying to get somewhere further faster because you didn't learn the lesson. So I love that analogy. We hope that resonates with somebody out here. We want to talk a little bit about, as you were talking about, mental health, right? It's a big topic. It's a popular topic, but it's something that has always mattered to you. This is when I heard you opening this, you had talked to me about it. You said something's coming. You said, we stayed in touch. I was like, I can't wait. Let me know. Let's go. And then when I heard that it was a mental health, I'm like, what does that even, that sounds amazing, but what does that even mean? What is your hope for that? What does this look like? What does it mean that it's a mental health cafe?
Really what it is I want people to walk in here and walk out feeling a little better than they did when they walk in here. In the most simplistic form. I understand how food affects the way we think. Right. If you can't comprehend that, then I say at the most fundamental level, look at a baby. Okay. Look at a baby that you don't feed. Look how cranky they get. Look at kids. Look at Auntie. You know how you might be with a loved one. You're like, I didn't eat today. I'm a little. Or some people myself, like, I didn't have my coffee. And coffee is a stimulant. Right. So it's always something that you're putting in your body that's giving you this energy. So if you put improper things in your body, you're giving yourself a less chance to succeed in anything that you have planned in life. Right. So if you say, I want to obtain these goals and you feel like you don't have the energy to do so, I will ask, what are you putting in your body to give you the proper fuel to make it? That's good. You know, just like when you go to this gas station, they're going to have different levels of fuel. And the lowest one, they say, don't put in your car.
Especially if you got a premium.
Right. So it's similar to the same thing food-wise. So I understood, let me give people the right nutrition. Let me give them the real smoothies, not what some of these stores is giving you and acting like they're not. They're giving you pumps. They're giving you sugar. They're giving you yogurt. They're giving you sherbet. They're giving you some BS because it increases the margins. Right. I can get a tub of sherbet like this for $50. Wow. Then scoop that in there and then charge you $8. Yep. So the way we doing it is just the right way every way. So that's the food portion. The mental part is you coming in here and then when you order something on the menu, it's called I am great. I love it. I am wise. I am whatever it is that's on the menu. Right. Because how many times do you positive self-talk? We had somebody come in here that, you see my story? I did. We had somebody come in here that was like, they couldn't tell themselves they were great. That's crazy. The menu says, I am great for this smoothie. That's how you order. You got to come say, I am call great. It by its name. Right. If I called you Steve down the street, you're not going to turn around. Right. So don't call the smoothie nothing but what his name is. Call it I am great. Yep. So you have to affirm it into your life. Yep. And he like, no, just give me the cherry mango. I said, I don't know what that is. I love it. Just give me the cherry mango. I don't know what that is, sir. Right. It's right here. Just say it. Right. I won't want to say it. Then he tried to say it in a low, condescending voice, like, I am great. I'm like, I didn't hear you. Then he said,
and this wasn't about you.
No.
You didn't need him. He wasn't saying you are great. You're trying to get him to affirm himself.
To himself.
Right.
I want him to say, I am great.
Right.
And this is a struggle. This is a
Wow.
battle. Now, this is somebody's husband.
Wow.
Think about that.
Wow.
If I got to argue with him to tell him he's great, imagine how she feels when she tells him to do this. Come on, man.
Right.
But that's a whole nother story.
Right.
We ain't going that direction with this conversation.
Going all the way there.
What I'm saying is, then he said it loud, like, I am great, like in an obnoxious tone.
Right.
But he didn't know that inspired the people behind him.
Wow.
So the people behind him end up paying for his stuff.
Wow.
Then after he got done with everything, he came back to me and then he thanked me. He was like, that's the first time I spoke positive to myself. And I don't even remember.
That's
So
incredible.
that's the story.
That's an incredible story. And one of the first things I saw when I came here to the grand opening a few weeks ago was what we had to say to order our drinks. Those I am statements. People don't realize the most powerful words in any language is I am. People don't realize what we affirm and what we say. And a lot of people say a lot of negative I ams and don't even know it. I am not good enough. I am stupid. I am sleepy, tired, hungry. We say a whole bunch of stuff all day that is self-defeating language instead of affirming language. And to be honest with you, this is something that's newer to me. Like, this is not a concept that I always had. I always had faith in God and God was going to do things. And I feel like I didn't know that God was waiting on me to believe in me and believe in the power that he put in me. And like you said, a lot of people can't even say it, but they don't know it because nobody ever forced them to say it.
Yeah, we got into a real debate about him being great. But it's just, when your mind is made up, it's just crazy, man. When you truly decide to do something,
Right.
it will get done.
Right.
It's just, and if you understand the concept on a small level today, if you decide, you know what, I'm going to go to the gym every day and work out.
Yep.
Do you know what you will look like next March?
Right.
You're going to look like you go to the gym all the time.
Right.
So imagine if you apply that same concept to your goals.
Right.
Or whatever it is. You know what? I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do this.
Yep.
I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do this. You're going to get closer to it whether anybody around likes it or not,
Right.
because what you water will grow.
Absolutely.
So, and I got this other, I don't know if you got to take a commercial break.
We're going to take a break, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You know, but it's this thing where I say, imagine somebody following you, Lucas and Amanda.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody following y'all for a week,
Right.
right? And everything you did, I jotted it down, everything. And I tallied it up at the end of the week. And I summarized, Lucas did this. And I told you your summary. Would it match what you say your goals are?
That's big.
Would it match? Would it says that
Right.
Lucas want to have a talk show?
Right.
Or would it say Lucas is nice at video games?
Right.
What would it say?
Right.
So if you rationalize it to that point, you can break down your life a little better to go in the direction that you want to go. If somebody tally up all the stuff you do, and what does it really say about you? Do it say you sleep all the time? Do it say you lazy?
Right.
Do it say you on your grind? Do it say you really want to create that nail business or hair
Right.
company or
Yes.
flip houses or whatever it is
Right.
that you say you want to do?
I love it. That life audit is important. He questioned me. He was saying it rhetorically, and I was sitting here like, that's a good question. Had to check myself for a minute, to think about it for a second. And it's something we should all be thinking about. Do that life audit. Think about it. Write it down. Track your time like you track your meals, like you track your food, like you track your mind, like you track anything. Track it and check it and ask yourself, am I really on the path to my goals? There's a saying, write the vision and make it plain. I think a lot of people write down what they want to do, but they don't make it plain enough. They don't have a plan to get where they want to go. And so it's like a kind of a GPS that's like, I hope somebody will tell me which way to turn. And really, we got to take that on ourselves. You guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Cyrus is bringing us such great information. We are here live from the Greatness Cafe. We want you guys to check it out. We're going to tell you guys about the hours. We're going to tell you guys where we're at. We're going to let you guys know how you can come. And I don't want to say support this business, because this business is here to support you. Now, it's doing something great, and I think we should come out and be a part of it. But it's doing something great, and the food and the smoothies are unlike anything you're getting anywhere else. I didn't know until I came. I'm like, where did you get this fruit? Did you fly the fruit in from Africa? I didn't know what was going on. You guys got to check this out. But stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And check out these great sponsors. Consider calling them, reaching out to them, and using them. Their support of this show allows us to do great things like this. You guys stay tuned.
Whether you're buying or selling a home, the process can be stressful. Why not have an expert help you take the guesswork out? Brianna Lehman, realtor at Keller Williams Legacy Group, treats all of her clients as if they're her only one. She works diligently to ensure that every real estate transaction is stress-free and pleasant. She builds lasting relationships with her clients because her job does not end when the deal does. Contact Brianna today to discuss your buying or selling options at 330-265-9079.
Are you looking to give your vehicle a luxury upgrade? Look no further, we have just the right touch. Flawless Touch Window Tinting has professional technicians who will enhance the appearance of your vehicle through window tinting, auto detailing, or audio installation while maintaining the integrity of your vehicle. To inquire or schedule your appointment, call or text 234-410-6857. Flawless Touch Window Tinting, professional installation with affordable pricing.
At Epitomize University, we can guarantee success because we know the keys that make success predictable. Dr. Anthony Roman personally walks people through this process at Epitomize University. This year, his mission is to help several people make six figures. We're offering a special price of $100 a month to learn in a live virtual class instructed by Dr. Roman himself. Class begins on Monday, May 17th. So take the first step of completely changing your life this year by signing up today at successepitomize.com.
Journey since. All right, and we're back. We were talking during the break. We were right in the middle of a real conversation. But Cyrus, I just wanted to hear from you about your journey even since last year, right? COVID happened. A lot is going on. We're still dealing with a lot of things, and somehow this is coming to life. I don't know what else you have going on. Just kind of walk us through kind of what your last year has been like and what's brewing in your life, as well as what you've accomplished.
I mean, this last year, I think it's always some ups and downs. Like, it was a lot of deals with COVID that got dropped, and it was some pretty big deals. I had some deals with like Universal Studios.
Wow.
With I had a STEM event out in Los Angeles called Yomo, and it had 25,000 kids. And we were doing that again, and going back to Barcelona and Shanghai, and we
back to Barcelona.
I was in Barcelona, Spain for the Yomo event.
I remember that now. Yeah.
Then I had some serious deals on the table.
The kind of deals that if you hadn't gone through that process of letting things go before, that process might have put you in a bad place. I mean, because a lot of people got broken by losing things during the pandemic. How did you navigate that though?
That was easy because I think whatever you're supposed to have, you'll have.
Okay.
So I don't really get upset about things that's lost that I never had.
Right. That's good. I mean? Okay.
Like, it was a deal on the table and it didn't fall through. Okay.
Right.
I still, like, my grandma's still smiling when she sees me.
Okay. Right.
There's nothing else.
That's what matters.
It really is not a real thing. Right. I mean, you can look at the finance. I think it's because people try and put the cart before the horse.
Yeah.
They really think about what they're gonna do with this when that
they
time
already
comes.
spent the money in
But as I said, I'm on the train. Like, I know where I'm at.
Right.
I don't need to rush the process.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be irritating.
Sure.
When you say, okay, this deal might make me like this, and then I think about what I could do for my family, or what I can do, like a building like this or something like that.
Yeah.
But you dance to the beat of your own drum. Yeah. I dance to the beat of my own drum. I understand that it's a process, and it's a slow process. If you need a reminder, go back and read Tortoise in the Hare.
Right.
You get a whole bunch of reminders every single time in life that it's a slow process to do it right. So those are temptations that make you kind of want to, Right. But anyways, going back to your question, since COVID, I think it provided me the ability to switch my game plan because it was speaking at school. And then when COVID hit, it was no more school. So now I tripled down on videos. I still never stopped my speaking, but now I was doing 9 videos a week.
I remember watching y'all putting out.
Right now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I remember watching y'all even shooting behind the scenes of shooting videos, or you would come on and be like, we about to shoot some more. We up early. We about to go do this.
I was doing 9 videos a week. Wow. So this is the whole thing. Like, right now, I stopped doing videos in October. I stopped doing videos in October.
You still got videos to come
and we got content till June. You know what I mean? So That's because I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? When you, as I said, once that mind is made up, it's powerful. So I started saying, you know what? I'm not getting up until I have these done.
Right.
I'm not moving. And sometimes it may take me 3 hours.
Yep.
Sometimes you start messing up and you got to go back to it. But that's what I did. I shifted it. Then we started doing first person movies. When I did the movie about getting cut from the basketball team, from the perspective of the guy that got cut, you know, like I'm the bigger brother.
Yep.
Then we did another small movie about my little brother being a bully, like me talking to the person doing the bullying, not the person that's being bullied.
Right.
And the fact that, you know, I'll release that movie soon, but you just shift the format. Then I started selling more clothes. Then I started releasing the workbook. Then I started, you know, I did the I Am Great affirmation workbook.
Right.
You start really just changing. You like nothing stops you if you don't want it to. COVID is not a, when I say it like this, you know what I mean. It's not like a real thing. It's like not like
it's not a thing. It doesn't have to. People are dying. Their businesses are dying. Their mentality is dying, and they're still alive, but they're dying because they're letting it kill their momentum.
But you just shift. Like you go. It's like water. You take the path of least resistance. When COVID start hitting you, then go online.
Right.
People still want to eat. What you think people
still
stop
want content? They
not
still
only
have
that,
nothing else to do.
Not only that, people started getting the most money they've ever had without doing no work, which means
the
commerce
base
went up.
Right. All of a sudden.
So just look at it.
Right.
At a different angle.
Yeah.
Stop using the same model. It doesn't work in all circumstances.
Right.
Like, you know, it doesn't matter. You play football.
Right.
You can't run the same plays
over
against
and over.
every team.
Not
You have to
Tecmo
switch
Bowl.
it up based upon what they got.
Right.
So it's the same concept in life. You don't take the same strategy every single time, even when you get thrown a curveball.
I love that. Just to sit on that point for a second, you said move like water. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. Like when people get leaks in their house, they don't realize water is running until it finds its way in. It's always looking for the fastest way down. Gravity is pulling it. It's flowing. It's moving. It's trying to go. A lot of us are fighting upstream, trying to get somewhere saying, well, everything is hard. Things aren't hard just to be hard. It's like we are often going in the wrong direction. We're not willing to go with the flow of things. And I don't mean go with the flow as in
I know what you mean.
It's a bad opportunity and I'm just going to do whatever I got to do for money. It means that I'm going to get in a flow and I'm going to keep moving. And I love that because a lot of people during this time, it's been very tough. Now, there's a lot of people get more money than they ever got without doing anything. They still weren't happy. A lot of people got more time with their kids than they ever had before. Still aren't happy. A lot of people got more time to themselves than they ever had before. Still aren't happy because they're so used to filling time with things that don't matter. But you've always been filling your time for so many years now with things that do matter. How do you help people understand your workbooks, your other things? How do you help people shift their mindset?
Well, I don't really help people shift their mindset to some degree. I just make them aware of their unconscious behavior.
Wow.
So that's the job of a conscious person to some degree, is make the unconscious aware of their unconscious behavior.
Right.
So I do little things like this. I can ask you, when you speak to your friends, when you look at your circle of friends and you have conversations with them, what do you really gain from it? Like, like take a step back and ask yourself that real question. What do you really gain from it? Is they trying to give you, they know what you're doing. You got this live show. Is they trying to throw people at you to get them interviewed? Is they trying to find you ads? What are they doing to try to progress? You. And what are you doing to try to progress them? Are you, there is not a person in my circle that I have not got money. Period.
Wow.
Period. Because I believe in them. Obviously, we doing this show right now. And then beforehand, we had the conversations. And I said, you know what? This is what I can all. I try to give myself. But anyways. That
was before I was even doing this. Like you were doing a Wise Way or something. And I think I reached out like, what are you doing? Just to hear your thinking about it.
And I'm like, you can have all that.
You're like, anything you want. You're like, tell me. Right.
You can have it. But going back to that, making an unconscious conscious, you got to look at your actions and ask yourself, how is this progressive with what you want to go, where you want to go? Because it's things bigger than what you, let me look at it. When you got a wife and children or a family, that is a big thing that you're trying to be the first at changing. If you're trying to change it from a generational curse type thing, a wealth thing, whatever it is that your goals is, a mindset, then stop playing on Instagram. You don't have to
watching other people live. That's what I keep thinking. I don't have time to watch other people live.
I'm not saying to be so strict that you're not having fun in your life. You need to have fun. But stop playing all the time. It's a time to play. You got a child. You have a wife. Take the time out with them to have fun and whatever. But stop playing all the time. Stop getting caught up on TikTok and Instagram and all. And I'm on them.
Right,
I'm on
me
the
too,
site.
me too,
But
but
I don't get caught up.
they're not
'cause I know how to
controlling my
funnel it.
life.
I know how to funnel it.
Right.
Because this life thing moves fast, man.
Yeah.
And it was Muhammad Ali's breakdown. Like, how old are you? 38?
Yeah, 39.
39?
Yep, be 39 this year.
I'm
Just turned
34.
39.
To 6 years old, we don't really have too much consciousness. It's what somebody told us.
Right.
Then we reflect on that. So right there, knock 6 years off of your life. Right. Then right there. Not only top of that, how many you spent 1/3 of your life sleep. So out of that 38, 39 years,
Right.
was that 13 years you were
Right,
asleep?
right.
So now 13 and 6,
Right.
that's 19 years off your life right there.
Right.
Right there.
Yeah, right.
That's not including the time you went to school.
Yep.
That's not including
True.
the time that you went on useless dates or thirst missions and all those things that we did as
whatever
kids
was going on.
that we all have done.
Right.
And not to mention the time you spent watching TV, Instagram,
Tons of
TikTok, whatever. When you start realizing that you only like a year and a half old
Into
with conscious thought.
Into
You're a year-
productive living.
You're a year and a half old with conscious thought and you 39.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you really start breaking this down, as fast as you turn 39, bro, you're going to be 78.
For sure.
It's going to be like that.
Right. So what are you doing with your
So what
time?
are you doing? It's going to blow past you. Like, it's hard to believe that Kobe died almost 2 years ago.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're
It's
right.
like, wait a minute. I thought that was this last
You're
January.
right.
No.
That
no.
was day 2020.
Yeah, it
Right.
was 2 years ago.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how fast life moves. We about to be approaching Christmas
You're
again.
right. We're about to be in 2022.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just telling people, that's what I try and express when you ask me that question.
Yeah.
Listen, however you want to live your life is on you. I never knock nobody's thing. You don't
Right.
know what they went through. You don't know what their childhood was like. You don't know whatever. But I do know where you're trying to go.
Right.
So let me talk to you about where you're trying to go, not where you've been. So yeah, that's one of the things that
I
you know.
love it. I love it.
You know
I
how
love
passionate
it.
I get. Man.
Hey, we love it. We love it. We love it. We appreciate it. If you guys just tuned in, thank you guys. Make sure you share this broadcast. If you're watching this by replay, thank you guys for being here. We're here with Cyrus Ausar. We're live from the Greatness Cafe here inside the Massa Museum. Beautiful location, beautiful new place. I mean, literally, as I look around, the food is incredible. The drinks are incredible. You guys have got to come check this out. They're closed right now, so don't try to rush down here right now. But if you're watching this replay and it's between the hours of
Tuesday through Saturday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Sunday 1 to 5, and Monday we are closed because as a company we do community service in the community.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Tuesday through Saturday hours, and then they have some shorter Sunday hours. Check it out during the day. Make sure you guys come down here. I'm telling you, I don't know if you made. I just can't imagine you've had a smoothie like this. I can't imagine.
They haven't.
I can't imagine. I mean,
Nobody's
even if
making
you,
them like
if
this.
if you think you are, unless you make maybe if you're making them at home with some fresh fruit and veg, I don't know. But if you go into a regular smoothie spot, no disrespect, but it's not the same.
It's not because they putting BS in y'all smoothies and convincing you that they not.
It's healthy because
So
they got a couple
you think
oranges.
it's healthy, and then they giving you pump or sherbet or something like that. We're not giving. Come down here and test it. If you don't
And
like it,
see
I'll
the
give you your
fresh
money
fruit
back.
and- right, everything
You
down
know, it was
here.
somebody that came down here that said they ain't even like bananas.
There was somebody. She might be behind the
She
camera. I
might
don't
be,
know. She
You know,
might be in the room right
until
now.
she had it.
Right.
Next thing you know what? Bananas ain't that bad.
Bananas here ain't that bad. She's still
Bananas
like bananas,
here.
but bananas here.
Yeah,
It's
so
not her new thing.
because you got to give people the real thing.
Yeah.
Stop tricking people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell business. Stop
Yeah.
tricking people. Stop trying to falsify what you're doing
Yeah.
to get $1.
Right.
Like, so when you come here, you will be able to distinguish the difference between real and fake.
You will.
So you need something real to understand
know
what's
what's
fake.
fake.
Yeah. So
Yes,
once you
right.
come and you go back to another store,
You're not
one of
gonna
them
feel the
ones in Belton
same.
or something like that, you know, I will say their names, but y'all know what I'm talking
know what
about.
we're
Just
talking about.
just research
Right.
and ask them.
Right.
Is it fresh fruit?
Right.
Ask them.
They'll be
Is
like,
it real orange juice?
something
Ask
here.
them.
Right.
Is it sherbet in it? Ask
Right.
them. Is it yogurt in it?
Right.
Ask
Is this
them.
more ice cream?
Ask them. Is it
Right.
ice?
It
Ask
tastes like a
them.
milkshake.
Ask them. And I
Right.
promise you, they're going to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
When you ask them, because it's going to be in their menu, and that's going to tell you that they're trying to set you up. And I hate to say it like that, but listen, this is the community that I'm trying to help rebuild.
Right. Love it, love it, love it. Shout out to Mrs. Pope. Thank you so much. She says thank you. She's a board chair here at the Massa Museum. I know she's been serving here for many years. She's family to me, somebody we love, and thank you for all your love and support. She's always keeping me aware of what's going on here at the Massa Museum, and then to know that this was here is something that's so amazing. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. Again, do I always ask you to check out our commercials? Yes, because I know how you can fast forward. I know how you can click off. I know how you can do something else. But these sponsors are really trying to support us as we do these great things, as we support others to showcase these great local businesses. We're excited about more to come. We also have Lucas Live News tomorrow. Me and my producer, Amanda Jean Dukes, will be on with Lucas Live News tomorrow at 5 p.m. Make sure you guys check that out. We're going to be talking about some other great things going on in the community, as well as doing a recap on today's episode. So make sure you guys check that out and check out these great commercials.
Are you having a hard time finding the time to clean your car? Or how about the furniture that hasn't been cleaned since you bought it? Pristine Steam Wash of Canton, Ohio offers mobile steam cleaning services such as auto detailing, furniture and upholstery, area rugs, restaurant kitchens, and general steam cleaning services. For more information and to schedule your appointment, go to www.pristinesteamwash.com or call or text 330-704-6867. Pristine Steam Wash. They don't just clean, they clean with benefits.
The sun is out and it's the perfect time to start preparing your lawn. Spending time outside with family is a must this year, so that means more upkeep for your yard. Let LNG's Landscaping take care of or renovate your lawn. While they specialize in larger lawn care, you can see a full description of services by visiting their Facebook page at LNG's Landscaping, or message them to book an appointment or to get a free estimate. Don't wait. Book with LNG's Landscaping today.
Jessica Danielle the Nail Bar is a boutique nail salon that offers custom nail design. Jessica Danielle's nail artists specialize in acrylic nails, manicures, pedicures, and facial waxing. Available August 1st, the Nail Bar will also be launching the Jessica Danielle Nails product line. This will include cuticle oil, acrylic powder, top coat, gem gel, glitter, nail art supplies, and so much more. For more information and to book your appointment, go to jessicadaniellenails.com.
We'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, and we're back. We want to also shout out one other great business here, Hers Cheesecakes, right? Her Cheesecakes. She has food here available for people.
She has great cheesecakes. Like, even vegan cheesecakes. And I remember one time being like, there's no way this is vegan. Like, just tell me.
You can't even tell the difference between the vegan and the regular ones, though.
Like, just tell me.
Right.
But no, it's vegan cheesecakes. And we also have, like, banana nut bread. And she makes a lot of great recipe things. Yeah. And all from scratch and whatnot. So we want to have all the real things. And great baker, great local baker. And I just try and support the people that I know and the people that's local and trying to make a mark.
That's amazing. You guys make sure you check her out. It's a great business. And you can come down here and try it because it's happening, right? Bonita, am I saying her name right? On Her Cheesecakes, check her out. And she's local. She's massless. She's right around here.
You can come down here, shake her hand.
Yep. She's
try it.
Making it happen.
If you don't like it, I will give you your money back out of my pocket.
Right. He will personally give you your money back. It's a money back guarantee. Mona Laurie, thank you so much for being here. She's saying congratulations. We want to shout out some of you guys who are in the comments. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you guys for your shares. Thank you guys for your likes. We appreciate it. Somebody's on Facebook hitting those hearts. Thank you so much. We see you. Shout out to the cousin Damon Thomas. I see you in here. What's going on, my man? Glad you're here. Lori, thank you for being here in the comments. We appreciate it. We're excited. And we appreciate you guys supporting. People keep saying, let's talk a little bit about this. A lot of people say support small businesses, support local businesses, support. What do you think that really looks like? Because it sounds good, but there's a McDonald's down the street. There's a Dunkin' Donuts down the street. And not that those couldn't be owned by local franchisors, but what do you think it means to really support local businesses?
The thing about local businesses is it's a little bit more challenging to support them because you have to jump over some type of a hurdle.
Okay.
What I mean by that is to come to my business and, just being frankly honest with everybody.
Right.
you have to park and you have to get out your vehicle.
Okay.
If you want to go to McDonald's, you
drive
don't
through
have
there.
to get out your car.
Right. It ain't the
So
same.
when you think about us,
You might have to get out your car at the hospital later, but
yeah,
that's different.
but the thing is, with us as people, we love convenience.
True.
So we like to pull up at Applebee's and call the number.
Right.
We like to go through a drive-through.
Right.
We like convenience. Like, we will spend more time looking for a lost remote than to change the channel than what we want to watch.
You walk right past the TV 10 times,
you,
right?
you would spend like some
Right.
people, you can't go to bed until you
Right.
find the remote
Right.
to set the sleep timer.
Right.
It's like, so just that whole thought process is what makes it more challenging. But
Yeah.
I would say that you should support
Yeah.
the local businesses and the small businesses because it's your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
It's the person that's talking to your child.
Right.
The person at McDonald's, they do have it down packed, but it's a convenience business model. It's not like it's about your community
Right.
necessarily. It's clear because the food choices is not nutrition.
Right.
So I think people should make the extra effort to support their brother, sister, mother, friend, etc. And I do understand from a convenience standpoint that you don't feel like getting out your car,
Right.
but that little gesture is what will keep your community thriving.
I love that. That's so important. And keeping local dollars in small communities is important. Some communities have figured this out really well. Some communities struggle with their money coming out of their communities and not supporting themselves. But it's something that we have to learn. It's something we have to be more conscious of. And as you said, there may be a slight inconvenience, but it pays off in the end. And that's what it's about. And then let's talk about reciprocity a little bit. Because, and this is not a knock on anybody, we often want people to support our thing, but we're not so quick to support somebody else's thing. When you opened, we were like, we got to be there. We were like literally pulling up. We had to park somewhere crazy because there was so many people here, and we are literally running up the street. Amanda's coming from one direction, I'm coming from another direction, and we're like, we have to be here to support this because these are the things we say. There's not enough things like this in our community. Then when they come to our community, sometimes we think about it, we tweet about it, we talk about it, but we don't actually come put our dollars, cents, and our butts in the seats, as they would say. So what do you think about that? And then the reciprocity of, then I reach out to you, hey man, let's do an interview. Like, of course, no problem. It's reciprocity. What do you think that really looks like?
I think it's loaded because if I grew up next to you and we went to the same school,
Right.
we had the same environment, and yet it's working for your life, but it's not working for mine.
That might be convicting to me. Like, you make me feel kind of bad. Like,
And especially when you're doing things the right way, it's hard. It's hard to hate.
Right.
Like, you
right.
can't say anything.
What you gonna say, right?
So you have to do it with your actions.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, I mean, but on another note, people have a lot going on in their life. I don't be believing that anybody owe me anything.
Right.
If you show up, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But if you don't show up, it's fine. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you don't like eating healthy.
Sure.
Maybe you got something going on. I'm not
Right.
going to ask all those questions. But I don't know how to answer that because I don't really.
When you think
I
about
don't
your
be-
desire,
I-
though, to support other people, right? Because like you said, everybody around you, you help them find a way to better themselves, make some money, do something. And it seems like you're reaping what you've sowed. The place was packed, man. I mean, did you think did you have any idea that your grand opening was going to be
I didn't think it was going to be
big?
that packed.
It was
but-
people down the street in a storm,
Yeah.
and it was like incredible.
Well, but I'm kind of like old school.
Yeah.
I get what they call an old soul.
Right?
I call people to see how they doing, and I don't want anything. I'm just calling you to say what's up.
Wow.
How have you been?
Yeah.
I've never asked you for nothing in any conversation.
Never.
I just offered friendship. Like,
Yep.
what do you think? What do you need? How can I help? Blah blah blah.
Right.
All right, then I get with you later.
Yep.
You know, but I don't do that just for you. I do it to anybody that's trying to do anything.
Right, right.
If I see you moving in a positive manner, I'm gonna hit you up and offer all my resources.
Yep.
And I've always been like that, though.
Right.
So the fact that I've always been like that, and I got something that somebody can come out and support me.
Yeah.
I was happy to see that many people come out because we was aiming at 140 to 160, and over 300 came
Wow.
out. So I mean that I didn't even. It's only 30,000 people in Maslin, so a percent of the whole city
Right,
came out
right.
for a grand opening at a museum with smoothies and
Right,
sandwiches.
right, right.
So
That's such an everyday thing.
that's not what you think about.
Right.
That's more than people showing up at basketball
For
games
real.
in
Especially in this day and age where
you know,
people
and
aren't
COVID.
right, exactly.
So I mean,
Right.
so I was appreciative of it, but at the same time, I just tried my best, honestly, to be as righteous as I possibly can. I make my mistakes. I'm not gonna act like I'm perfect under no circumstance.
Right.
I try to treat people with the highest amount of respect.
Right.
I just try to carry myself in that manner 24/7.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the highest amount of respect immediately. You
Yeah.
know how some people be like, you need to work for my respect. No,
Right.
you can have it.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the highest amount of respect. I'm gonna give you the ability to stab me in my back.
Sure.
Now, if you choose to do so, we can only go down from here.
Right.
You can't go no
Right,
higher.
right.
We can only go down. And
Right.
that's just been my mentality.
Yeah.
I can't speak on everybody else. You never know what they're going through. You
Yeah.
never know what their household was like. You never knew what the jealousy was like. You never knew if they grew up with stepchildren or stepbrothers or whatever.
Right.
And then they had to face that. And then now they feel jealous about other people's accomplishments. You just don't know anything that people going through. So I don't even try to act like I do.
Yep.
I just try and stay focused, treat everybody with respect, love everybody for what they doing, try
Right.
to give them all my resources if I can, and I just leave it there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's talk a little bit about how this came to be. How in the world do you end up with a cafe inside the Master Museum? What kind of support from the city, from the who, like what, how does something like, and this is not just some little hole in the wall. They had some old space and some dusty old corner and they let you dust it off and throw in a blender. This is state-of-the-art stuff. This is beautiful countertops, beautiful equipment, huge space, beautiful museum, not to mention that people can come to the museum with their families and then
Yeah, the
come
Master
here.
Museum.
I mean, this is amazing. Like, how to help us understand the story of how this actually came to life.
Well, the idea, as I said, it was about 5 years ago. I was like, it really was, I had this everlasting thought since I was about 13. And it was, what is the most efficient way of helping people? There's just always been a thought.
Wow.
What's the most efficient way?
Right.
Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Let me speak. Let me do books. Let me do this. Let me do Thanksgiving giveaways and turkeys and coat drives and Easter egg hunts and all those things that I was doing.
Right.
And that thought has never left me. So when I got to about 27, 28-ish, I was like, well, people got to eat.
Right.
People got to drink. And I went on my own personal journey to understand myself and the things that I was putting in my body. And I was like, wait a minute. At the most fundamental level, you got to be hydrated.
That's one of the first things you ever told me. We were on the phone and we were talking about something and we were talking about all this business, all this stuff. We were just talking about so many things. And you said, one of the biggest things I learned was about nutrition and about taking care of my body because I can't even do all the things I'm trying to do if I don't take care of myself.
You can't.
Right.
You cannot.
Right. You are out of order.
You cannot.
If you don't, right.
You have to take care of yourself. You
Right.
have to make yourself the priority in order for you to do anything else.
Right.
But it's just, the idea came from that. It was one of those premises to say, how do I help people in the most efficient manner? Then I realized that to give yourself the best chance, it's about what you put in your body.
Absolutely.
Are you hydrated?
Right.
Do you have enough water? If you don't have enough water in your body, your organs is not going to work properly.
It is literally essential.
Period.
Right.
Forget everything else.
Right.
Do you drink water?
Right.
I know you
Enough
stressed
water.
out.
Right.
I know you got your job.
Right.
I know you got your kids.
I know you might be drinking
this,
some
that, and
other
the third.
stuff
I
trying to
know
deal
you
with
got
your
problems.
problems,
I know you
but-
got this.
Right.
But do you drink water?
Right.
So people always talk about how I lose weight. That's a whole nother story.
Right.
Drink water.
Drink water.
Flush out your system.
Right.
That's
Start
why
there.
every spirituality can agree on fasting.
Absolutely.
Every last
Every one of them.
Every last one of them say.
At some point.
Every
back
last
away
one of them
from-
say, listen, clean your gut.
Right. Get that together.
Get that out.
Right.
It's something when every
I always said
spirituality
that.
can
Right,
agree
said
on
the
one
same
thing.
Right.
But so that was the premise of the idea, and then I wanted to mix it with the things that I spoke about.
Right.
So it was like, what does that look like? I don't know. Because even when I say mental health cafe, it scares everybody.
Okay.
Because they think it's services in house.
Right.
Well, there's no services.
Right. Like they're
here.
going to come and sit down and,
Yeah, they
and
gonna
have a
sit down
smoothie
with
and get a session.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Not
work
like
like
that.
that. It's
Right.
not working. I want to be very clear. It does not work
Work
like
like
that.
that.
Don't send them to come shut me down saying I'm offering services
right.
or any of that. I don't want
Giving
no
out
problems
smoothies
with,
and advice.
I don't want
All
no
day.
problems with no
Board of
organization
anybody,
of
anything.
nobody's board, no nothing. I do
Right.
not offer professional services
Right.
in here.
Right.
Clear? Got it? Okay.
There we go.
So the idea was, what does this look like? Because I don't know nobody else doing it.
Right.
So I started mapping it out slowly but surely with different recipes and different smoothies and different, you know, everything. And then I also have a business partner, Bradley Grizzard, and we always bounce ideas off of
And
each
this
other.
guy is important because I've seen him behind the scenes in videos. He's been rocking with you for a minute.
Grizz, he has an incredible journey.
You got to find people like that to
because
have in your
his
corner.
mind is strong as well, and he's went through a whole lot as well, and he still remains on top.
Yeah.
So once we started talking more and more about different things, this idea started coming together a little bit more. Then a great friend, Alex, she's the executive director here at the museum. She was out in Los Angeles. And we ended up meeting at a cafe and having a conversation. And she was saying that it may be a possibility that this space may open. And if it does, I should submit.
Wow. And you're in California.
And I'm in California.
Did you have any plans on coming back in any kind
I
of
was
main
gonna,
capacity?
I
didn't think so.
Being honest, I was going to have this idea in Los Angeles because they're a little bit more progressive.
And you love your city.
Yeah, I was going to bring it back. But I'm living there.
You gotta build it out there because that's where you live.
I'm living there. So I was like, I'm gonna build it here with my base. We got a lot of people that are working with me.
Right.
And that was the general idea at first. But then when I spoke to Alex, she said it's a possibility. You just have to submit, and if you get chosen by the board, then we can proceed.
Right.
So when the time came, I submitted, and the board chose me, and we had conversations after it. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe it's meant for me to go home at this time. Maybe it's meant to figure things out. And then here I am.
Here you are, back in your own hometown, building something amazing. Again, everybody, he didn't pay me to say this. I mean, the smoothies are literally incredible. And there was a chicken panini that I had that I can't get the taste out of I need it again. You know, I'm not saying I got an issue or a habit or anything, but I got to get back for that chicken panini as soon as possible. The sauce on it, everything about it was just right. Shout out to your guy Grizz again.
Yeah, because I mean, it's fresh chicken, never frozen.
Literally, they say that at Wendy's and stuff, but come on now.
We're not even about to try to do that. So you know, frozen, you got that spongy taste.
Yeah,
but it's fresh. And then the barbecue sauce is made from scratch. That mango barbecue sauce is made from scratch. The vinaigrette that's going on the salad is made.
And you guys were just talking today when we came in here about things expiring. It's so fresh. You guys had to have a discussion about, let's make sure we let our people know that this is available because this thing expires on this date because it's that fresh.
Yeah, we're not playing any games.
Right.
We making 3 or 4 trips a week.
Wow.
To grocery stores to keep everything fresh. Usually what restaurants do is you bulk buy for a week.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 times for those weeks.
Yep.
We're doing 3-4 times because we want to keep it all fresh. We want to prepare early. We want to do it. Now, it does cut our margins.
Right.
It does make things a little thinner, but it's not about finances all the time.
Yeah.
It's about what are you giving to the community that can help them build. Like I feel like I would be a hypocrite to sit up here and tell you I'm all about the community and then I'm skimming ways to make money.
And you're poisoning them.
Yeah,
some people think only drug dealers are poisoning their community, but if you're giving people things that are unhealthy or not good for them, you're doing the same thing.
You are, especially if you're conscious of it's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong.
Right, okay.
Like, sometimes you may do wrong
but
and
you didn't know.
You didn't know.
Right.
And then so it's one of those things, man. Yeah. So with this cafe, that's the reason why, going back to your original question, that's how it got developed.
Gotcha.
And over time, it came to be what it is now.
Yeah.
But those thoughts, man, when you with yourself and you with that pillow late at night, you start checking yourself, man.
Right.
Like whether you laying next to your wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever.
Right.
You still in your mind by yourself.
Yes.
Even if you spooning them.
You still by yourself.
Got that mind of, man, how do I protect her?
Right.
That's a real thing.
Yes.
If something happened to me, what's going to happen to my family?
Yes.
What do I got in place?
Right.
Like, what is my bank account looking like? What security system do I got?
What do I have to give past? What legacy? What can I put in a will that's not a bill that I can pass on something that they can continue on with?
And it goes beyond that. You probably having conversations with your wife. Do you got your CCW? Do you got Mace?
Right.
Like, this is what you got to do. Like, because you love the people around you and you want to express yourself in a manner that reflects that love.
Yes.
Whether it's protection, whether it's planning, whether it's whatever it is.
Right.
And when you are trying your best to do that, you sit with them thoughts.
Yeah.
And you try to improvise and be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's really the goal. how do you become better than you were yesterday and keep striving?
I love it. I love it. Shout out to my man Cyrus. We're gonna wrap this up here in just a minute. So many things that you're saying. I'm in a online university called Epitomize University right now. We're taking classes, learning things, some of these same principles about taking time at night to meditate, taking time at night to replay your day. People are watching film on sports, but not laying in bed watching the film on their day to say, how could I have made a better play? When I said what I said to my wife, to my kids, to my coworkers, to my neighbor, how could I change that so that tomorrow I can be different and show up differently and show up better? I love that mindset. People are meditating, just sitting there, clearing their mind of all things, not really focusing. I think it's important when we meditate to reflect. We have to take some time to slow down and calm down, because everybody's meditating. Somebody meditating on football, basketball, their favorite show on TV. It's whatever you put your focused attention on. For us to slow down and take our time to reflect back on our day, think about what we did, and then in the morning, what we've learned is we need to take time to visualize our day. Begin with the end in mind, right? Begin seeing the end. Okay, this has to happen, that has to happen, that has to happen. Look through your calendar, see yourself being successful in your mind, and you're going to have a much better chance at being successful. These are not sports concepts. These are life concepts that we need to apply.
It's like that old saying. They say, what is it? The road to hell is paved by
good intentions.
Why do they say that?
Right.
Because it's good intent.
You're right.
You didn't do nothing.
No, you didn't do that.
So you
intended to do
You intended.
Right.
So you can sit with the thoughts all day, but you have to put a plan in place to better yourself.
I love
Try your best. That's why I say that's what growing to greatness is.
Yeah.
My brand. It's saying, how do you be better than you were yesterday? That's it. So when you ask about what am I doing next, growing to greatness, I'm turning into a 501c3.
It's amazing.
And I'm paying for people's therapy sessions.
Wow.
That's what I'm doing. It's already made up. I just told y'all now.
That's amazing.
Growing to greatness will be a 501c3, and the primary focus is to pay for people's therapy sessions that need it.
Wow. Love it.
And I'm going to use this cafe as a backbone.
Love it, love it, love it. You guys heard that here first. Growing to greatness. If you guys are the t-shirts, is stuff still available, or is
I'm getting some more.
Okay.
I mean, every time
he sells out fast. That's a good problem.
It go quick.
That's a good problem.
I don't be meaning to, because I really want people that want it. I want them to have it,
right?
But it just be like boom, and every time I put in the order, I be like, okay, I think
enough now.
I think 75 t-shirts would be enough.
And
Click. I'm like, oh yeah.
We out of t-shirts again. We got t-shirts.
Right. So I'm gonna get them back.
That's gonna be amazing. There's opportunities. Make sure you check out Cyrus Ausar. Make sure you guys come out to the Greatness Cafe. Follow him on social media. Check him out. Continue to watch this journey. And don't just watch it from far away. Come down. Come see it. Come taste and see how good this stuff is. And really support local business and support somebody who's doing something to really make a positive impact in his hometown, in his own community. I'm a Canton guy, but I will be in Massillon every chance I get to come down to the Greatness Cafe. It's been a pleasure talking to you here today. And we got to do it again, but give them one more word of wisdom if you can.
I just want y'all to follow me on Cyrus Ausar, CYRUSAUSAR. I know you make it pop up and all that.
We can do some stuff.
And then Greatness Cafe on Facebook and Instagram as well.
Yeah.
But I'll say this to people, and this is something I just want to leave people with.
Yeah.
In this life, it's challenging. We have our ups and our downs, and it's cyclical. Some problems we may have is the same issues we had when we was 14.
True. Right. We didn't
15,
pass the test.
and we
didn't
60.
get through it yet. Right.
And it moves in a cyclical nature. You have to be cognizant of your cycles.
Yeah.
So when you see yourself taking this dip, you put an actionable plan in place so it doesn't affect you the same way.
Yep.
I know we got 2 minutes, so
Yes,
I'll say
sir.
this.
Go for it.
It's like a fire drill, as I said before on your show. It's like, what do you do in a state of panic? You have to have a plan to ensure all these kids can get out of a building. If you don't, everybody going to panic and they're going to go. Same thing happened for our lives. What plan are you putting in place for if/when things go awry?
Yes.
You want to have something to say, this is what I'm going to do in a state of panic.
Yes.
So as I said, the goal is to try your best to be better than you were yesterday. Don't compare yourself to nobody. Don't get caught up on Instagram and TikTok and seeing these women or men or whatnot, because a lot of it is super cap. I was in Los Angeles. I seen 5 people living in one studio apartment,
Right.
sharing clothes, taking pictures of Gucci. I mean, I seen it all.
Right.
Don't compare your real life to a falsified life. It will never add up. And I just want to just go ahead and leave on that note.
Thank you so much, Cyrus. I appreciate it. Our great guest here today. Make sure you guys go check him out, follow him, like it. Come down, check out this great cafe. Thank you guys for your love and support of Lucas Live, Lucas Live Media. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Lucas Live News at 5 p.m. Thank you guys so much. Everybody have a great day.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And go to ads.